Defining the independent, instructional, and hard reading levels from the benchmark reading assessment. The ultimate goal of benchmark assessment is to determine the child's independent, instructional, and hard reading levels, which then will lead to the recommended placement level. The benchmark independent level is the highest level at which a child can read independently. The benchmark texts at this level are those that the child can read with proficiency without teacher support. For levels A through K, a child can read 95 to 100% of the words accurately with proficiency or approaching proficiency in comprehension. The benchmark instructional level is the highest level at which a child can read with good opportunities for learning through teaching. The child reads 90 to 94% of the words accurately with proficiency or approaching proficiency in comprehension, or the child reads 95 to 100% of the words accurately with limited proficiency in comprehension. In all of these cases, word solving is sufficient, but the child needs instruction to improve comprehension. The text is deemed hard even though the student may be reading it accurately, but shows no proficiency in the comprehension, or is somewhat accurate in the reading, but have limited or no proficiency shown in the comprehension score. Any text where the student has difficulty reading accurately is deemed to be hard, so lower than 90%. For text levels L through Z, you will use a similar chart to determine the benchmark reading levels. Note that the accuracy score has a more stringent requirement and that the totals for the comprehension score are different. The benchmark independent level is the highest level at which a child can read independently. The benchmark texts at this level are those that the child can read with proficiency without teacher support. For text levels L through Z, a child can read 98 to 100% of the words accurately with proficiency or approaching proficiency in comprehension. The benchmark instructional level is the highest level at which a child can read with good opportunities for learning through teaching. For the levels to be instructional, one of the following should be true for levels L through Z. The child reads 98 to 100% of the words accurately with limited proficiency in comprehension, or the child reads 95 to 97% of the words accurately with proficiency or approaching proficiency in comprehension. In all of these cases, word solving is sufficient, but the child needs instruction to improve comprehension. For text to be deemed hard, they could have a high accuracy rate between 98 and 100%, but the student is not proficient in comprehension. Or it could be deemed hard if the text is somewhat accurate, 95 to 97% accurate, but the student shows limited proficiency or is not proficient in the comprehension conversation. Any text where the student is reading below 95% accuracy is deemed hard. Recommended placement level. The recommended placement level is the level you decide is the most appropriate for reading instruction. It reflects your thinking about all of the data gathered during the assessment. Most of the time, the placement level is the same as the instructional level. But sometimes a look at the reading behaviors and the specific data leads you to a different decision. In fact, no matter what the assessment shows, it always requires a qualitative judgment on the part of the teacher. So you conclude the assessment where you decide what is the most appropriate reading level for the instruction moving forward. For ideas and supports on literacy instruction, please refer to the Fountas and Pinnell Literacy Continuum.